Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तविंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तविंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तविंद। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Thursday. It is 17th of October. Sorry, it is 16th of October. It is Kartika Masara Damodara Masa, Krishna Paksham, and Ekadasi Tithi. So today is Rama Ekadasi. It is not suitable for fasting. So fasting is tomorrow and Dwadasi day for the Rama Ekadasi. Okay, so apart from that, we don't have events, so we shall cover Ekadasi Vrata tomorrow. Okay, so we shall move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Vidura has inquired a few more questions to Maitreya Rishi. So after hearing those questions are, it is disturbing Vidura. So he was mentioning, Yetasminne manovidbhantidyate adhyana sankate tannah paramada vibho kashmalam manasam mahat. These questions, these are disturbing me. Oh Maitreya Rishi, can you please kindly remove all these doubts? Likewise, Tannaha Paramida Vibho, oh great personality, can you please clear up all these questions? What are those questions? Even the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even the for the sake of pastimes, how could he come into the contact with the material nature? And the consciousness is pure, and then how he performs sometimes unwillingly engage in the sinful activities. So for the living entities. So likewise, he was putting so many questions. And even the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the heart of all the living entities, how these living entities are still committing sinful activities, even in the presence of the Lord as a super soul in the heart. So some questions Vidura has put, and then he said, he is Kidyate Adhyana Sankate, he is bit distressed with the Adhyana Sankate. Likewise, when he has put these questions, Sukadeva Goswami mentioning that Maitreya Rishi was a bit surprised to hear those questions, and later on he started speaking and answering to those questions. So Saityam Chodidha Chatra Tattva Jignasuna Munihi Pratyaha Bhagavachitha Smayanyeva Gatasmayaha. Without any hesitation, so Maitreya Rishi, he started speaking after settling down himself, understanding the Vidura's questions, and then he started speaking. So today Maitreya Muni started speaking that, oh Vidura, so your questions are very nice. And sometimes people of this material world, they will put about some arguments that sometimes the Lord is come in contact with Maya, but Lord is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He never come in contact with Maya. So their words itself, they're contradictory in their arguments. There is a contradictory in their arguments. So, which is against this contradiction. Their words itself contradictory to their philosophies and their theories. Okay, likewise, Maitreya Muni started speaking. Okay, we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, chapter 7, verse number 9. Maitreya Uvacham Seyam Bhagavato Maya Yannayena Viruddhyate Ishwarasya Vimuktasya Karpanyam Uta Bandhanam. Seyam Bhagavato Maya. Seyam. Seyam is the such a statements. So what statements? Whatever Vidra has been asking some questions. How can a living entity can commit sinful activities in the presence of the soul? And the Lord, even though for the sake of pastime, how could he come into contact with the material nature? All such kind of questions. Maitreya Muni is digesting and putting in a state, in a word, sa, sa iyam, that is sayam. Sa plus iyam, sayam. Sayam bhagavato maya. Such statements, bhagavataha maya, of the personality of Godhead, maya is the illusion. Yat nayeta viruddhyate, Yannayeta viruddhyate, that which nayena, by logic, viruddhyate becomes contradictory. Yannayeta, that logic becomes contradictory. Ishwarasya vimuktasya. Ishwara is of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vimuktasya is of the ever liberated. He is always liberated. So Supreme Personality of Godhead means he is the master of everyone. Mayadhyakshena prakritihi. And karpanyam uta bandhanam, and karpanyam is insufficiency uta, as also what to speak of bandhanam, bondage. Okay, likewise, some people say sometimes they say Lord is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He will never come in contact with the material nature and he is always liberated. And sometimes the Lord also getting into the illusion. Likewise, they speak. So there is a contradictory. It is the viruddhyate. सेयं भगवतो माया यन्नयेन विरुध्यते ईश्वरस्य विमुक्तस्य कार्पण्यं उत बन्धनम्. Translation. Shri Maitreya said, certain conditioned souls put forward the theory that the Supreme Brahman or the personality of Godhead is overcome by illusion or maya, and at the same time they maintain that he is unconditioned. This is against all logic. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, can I request unallocated devotee to read the purport, please? First paragraph.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can I read, please?
Yes, Mataji.
Sometimes it appears that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is 100% spiritual, cannot be the cause of illusory potency which covers the knowledge of the individual soul. But factually, there is no doubt that the illusory external energy is also part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. When Vyasadeva realized the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he saw the Lord along with his external potency, which covers the pure knowledge of the individual living entities. Why the external energy acts in this way may be considered as follows, as analyzed by great commentators like Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura and Shilajiva Goswami. Although the material illusory energy is distinct from the spiritual energy, it is one of the many energies of the Lord, and thus the material modes of nature, the mode of goodness, etc., are surely qualities of the Lord. The energy and the energetic personality of Godhead are not different. And although such energy is one with the Lord, he is never overpowered by it. Although the living entities are also parts and parcels of the Lord, they are overcome by material energy. The inconceivable Yogam Ashwaram of the Lord, as mentioned in Bhagavad Gita 9.5, is misunderstood by the froggish philosophers. In order to support a theory that Narayana, the Lord Himself, becomes Daridra Narayana, a poor man, they propose that the material energy overcomes the Supreme Lord. Srila Jiva Goswami and Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura, however, offer a very nice example in explanation. They say that although the sun is all light, the clouds, darkness, and snowfall are all part and parcel of the sun. Without the sun, there is no possibility of the skies being overcast with clouds or darkness, nor can there be snowfall on the earth. Although life is sustained by the sun, life is also disturbed by darkness and snowfall produced by the sun. But it is Also, a fact that the sun itself is never overcome by darkness, clouds, or snowfall. The sun is far, far away from such disturbances. Only those who have a poor fund of knowledge say that the sun is covered by a cloud or by darkness. Similarly, the Supreme Brahman or the Par Brahman, the personality of Godhead, is always unaffected by the influence of the material energy, although it is one of his energies. परस्या शक्ति विविधे वसुयते. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. It contains a big purport. We shall cover next part tomorrow. Lots of. Okay, so that is from the purport. So here Srila Prabhupada is describing, this is kind of a argumentative, so mental speculations of this material world. So it appears that Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is 100% spiritual, cannot be the cause of the illusory potency which covers the knowledge of the individual souls. So this is some people, it appears, but actually the Lord says, I am the master of this Prakriti. Maya Dhakshanam Prakriti, Suyate Satiracharam, Hetunanena Kaunte, Jagadviparivartate, Aham Sarvasya Prabhavaha, Matta Sarvam Pravartate. Everything comes from the Lord, either spiritual or material. Okay, so sometimes when the Lord appears in this material world as Rama and Krishna and so many other incarnations, people of this material world, due to their tiny brains, they think that everything, whatever they have experienced within their tiny experience, they think that, oh, Lord also is part of this material world, like that. So here, but factually, there is no doubt that the illusory external energy is also part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And because the Lord has nothing to do with any of this material world creation, natasya karyam karanam chividyate, natat samasya abhidikasya dhrusyate, parasa saktir vividaiva shurete, swabhavaki jnana balakriyacha. So this is the Upanishad statements. And here, whenever he has got parasaktir vividaiva shurete, there are different energies here. Out of those, external energy is one of it. His internal potencies and external potency and marginal potency. Again, there is a different Hladini Shakti, Chit Shakti, Sandhini Shakti. So different energies are described further in the out of the internal, and also some external energies like it is exhibited here in this Bhinna Prakriti. Bhumirapo nalo vayukam mano buddhirevacha ahankara iti yami bhinna prakriti rasteda. This is bhinna prakriti. This is separated energy or external potency of the Lord. It is one of it. So when Vyasadeva realized the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he saw the Lord along with his external potency, which covers pure knowledge of the individual living entities. This bhakti yogena manasi samyak pranihite amale apasat purusham purnam mayam chatad apashriyam. When Vyasadeva, before he is compiling Srimad Bhagavatam, so he sees that he sees Supreme Personality of Godhead. He understood the Supreme Personality of apasat purusham purnam completely. Mayam chatad apashriyam. And also illusory energy of the Lord, which is the taking the shelter of the Supreme Lord, and which would cover Yaya Sammohito Jiva Atmanam Trigunatmakam. It makes the living entities to think that I am this body. And here Brahma he has created in the beginning, like the Sasajagri, Andita Mishra, Atita Mishra, Mahamoham cha Moham cha Ajnanajam Tamaha. So these are the 6 elements he has created so that whatever the living entity takes birth in this material world, they will all go through such kind of illusory things. Brahma was not happy when he created those 6 elements. Andita Mishra, Atita Mishra, Mahamoham cha Moham cha Ajnanajam Tamaha. And then he went again to the for his purification, so many years of meditation. Okay, then he has created the 4 Kumaras. So that is how illusion energy works. Okay, so and here, why the external energy acts in this way may be considered as follows, as analyzed by the great commentators like Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Shri Jiva Goswami. So here Prabhupada mentioned bringing the commentaries of Jiva Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravarti. Although material illusory energy is distinct from the spiritual energy, it is one of the many energies of the Lord. And thus, material modes of nature, the mode of goodness, etc., are surely qualities of the Lord. Okay, so they are the qualities of they're qualities of the Lord. These are and qualities means spiritual energy and material energy. And the energy and the energetic personality of Godhead are not different. And although such energy is one with the Lord, he is never overpowered by it. So here again, whenever Maya comes in front of the Lord, Vilajyamana, she is so shy to come in front of the Lord. She is always tad apashriyam. She is always behind. Husband goes in the front, then wife follows behind. In such a way, the Lord is always uh, he leads and wife follows. That is the Prakriti. This is the nature in this material world. This is the custom in the Varnashrama dharma. We also live whenever husband is going, woman follows behind. Not that woman just goes in front of the husband. Okay, so this is also our customs. And although the living entities are also part and parcels of the Lord, they are overcome by the material energy. So this is again everyone, not every single living entity is covered by the illusory energy of the Lord. Savai bhata bhashtamati tavaishate yah karmanam param apara karmanah yajyogamaya yajyogamaya guna yogamohitam vishwam samastam videhisham. Everyone are in the covered by in the illusory energy of the Lord. Some people are there thinking with the different contemplations and mental speculations. They do not know that their words are also under the influence of the material energy. That's why they Ataha Sri Krishnamadi na bhavet grahim indriyehi. No one can understand the supreme personality of Godhead. Even Yasyavatar karmani gayanti hasmadadayaha nayam vidanti tatvena tasmai bhagavate namaha. It is very difficult to understand the supreme personality of Godhead. Even naham na yoyam yaditam gatim vidur navamadevah kimuta paresuraha yenmaya mosha buddhesvidam vinirmitam chatmasam vichakshmahe. O Narada, myself or yourself or even Lord Shiva, we do not know all his pastimes. We simply just offer our obeisances to the Lord and glorify him. So here, living entities all are part and parcels of this. Mama yuamshu jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha. Manasastani indriyani prakriti karshati. Prakriti, as soon as they're put up into the prakriti, they struggle for existence, overcome by material energy. The intensive yogam, Aishwaryam of the Lord, as mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita 9.5, Pasme Yogam Aishwaram. So Krishna describes about his opulences to Arjuna, how he creates and maintains and destroys, and is misunderstood by the froggish philosophers in order to support the theory that Narayana becomes Daridra Narayana, a poor man. They propose that the material energy overcomes the Supreme Lord. So sometimes people come, I am Brahman, you are Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi, something like that. So, but if you are a Brahma and sometimes he becomes a poor person, he does not have. But how can the Supreme Personality of God become poor? They cannot explain. So they put their theory that it becomes Daridra Narayan. Lord becomes Daridra Narayan. They cannot explain. There is no logic for that. So here again, Srila Jiva Goswami and Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, however, offers a very nice example in explanation for that. They say that all the sun is all light, clouds, darkness, and snowfall are all part and parcel of the sun. So sun is the cause of evaporating water from the oceans, and then that steam will go to as the clouds, and then cloud in return it will cover the same sun for some time, and then it will give the snow, it will give the rain, to all the living entities. It will cover so that light will not fall. So it gives some kind of darkness. Everything are created by the sun only. They're all part and parcel of the Lord. So without the sun, there is no possibility of the skies being overcast with clouds or darkness, nor can there be snowfall on the earth. So that's why he is Lokabhandava. The sun is called Surinarayana, Lokabhandava. Is because of him, all this existence, this universe is every universe contains one sun. He illuminates Yachakshure Savita Sakala Grahanam Raja Samasta Surumurti Rashesha Tejaha Yasyadhya Brahmati Sambrita Kala Chakuro Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So he is the Raja Samasta. So he is the sun god. He is the king of all the planets. Yachukshire Savita Sakala Grahanam Raja Samasta. So he is the king of all these planets. So because without his presence, nothing can take place. We also call him as Surinarayan. So here, all this life is sustained by the sun. Life is also disturbed by the darkness and snowfall produced by the sun. But it is also a fact that sun itself is never overcome by darkness, clouds, or snowfall. The sun is far, far away from the such disturbances. So here in this world, if we wanted to see a God directly, then it is the sun god. If we not see at any point of time in the day, we can see the Lord. If I wanted to offer some obeisances to Lord, we can see the sun and then offer obeisance directly. We can do that. It is everyone's practical experience. He is the cause of everyone in this material world. But he is always far away from such disturbances. And only those who have poor fund of knowledge say that the sun is covered by a cloud or darkness. Similarly, the Supreme Brahman or Parabrahman, Supreme Personality of Godhead, is always unaffected by the influence of the material energy, although it is one of his energies. Parasasaktir Vividaiva Shruyate. They are the Swabhaviki, Jnana, Bala, Kriyate, different energies. So material energy is one of it. So here again, one of the statement Kapil Bhagavan gives. So when there is a fire, initially there is a smoke comes and there is a sparks comes and then blazings. They also come, but they are different from the actual fire itself. Because of the presence of fire, all these are coming out. Because of the presence of Supreme Personality of Godhead, everything comes from him. यथा उल्मुखात् विस्फुलिंगात् धूमाद्वापि स्वसंभवात् अपि आत्मत्वेन अभिमतात् यथाग्निः पृथक् उल्मुखात्. So this is very beautiful shloka comes. Api atmatvena abhimatat yatagnihi prutak ulmukat. This because of presence of Agni, the smoke and the fire sparks and this blazing things, they all come. But fire is all because of yet it is separate from all of these things. Yatagnihi prutak ulmukat. In a similar way, यथा पुत्राच वित्ताच पृथग्मत्यः प्रतीयते अपि आत्मत्वेन अभिमतात् देहादेहे पुरुषस्तदा. This similar statement, but it's a different analogy. Because of our presence, yatha vittacha putracha. So because the money, wealth, and children, home, and everything, these are assets of a person. And similarly, api atmatven abhimatad deha dehe purushastada. This material body is also asset of the soul, one of the assets of the soul. Of course, but it is different from it. It is not he himself. It is a different analogies are giving. These are assets of the spirit soul. But in fact, they are belongs to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, likewise, this is the different theories are putting forward by many mental speculators or acharyas condemn such kind of things by different Vedic injunctions. Okay, so that is from Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. So here Maitreya Muni is trying to explain to Vidura. Teyam Bhagavata Maya Yannayena Virudyate Ishwarasya Vimuktasya Karpanyam Uta Bandhanam. So there is no proper logic for their argument. Sometimes the Lord is covered by the Maya, but Lord is Supreme Personality. But likewise, they speak, the materialistic people, but there is no logic for their words. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Okay, we shall move to Srila Prabhupada's letter. So today letter to um, Damodara, November, okay, beautiful letter to Damodara, November 29th, 1970, Bombay. Can I request any unallocated devotee to read it? And we will reflect on after Damodara Astakam.
Can I request?
Yes, Mataji, Meena Mataji, please.
My dear Damodara, please accept my blessing. I beg to acknowledge the receipt of your letter dated November 9th, 1970 and noted the content. I am very glad to note that you carefully understanding of Krishna science. It is fact that there is no one who can claim to be happy who is not in Krishna service for favorable rendered. All others are simply entangled in the tight circle of sense gratification. However, the Lord is very kind to us and He has appears for reverting the devotional service dormant in the heart of all living entity in the matter of hearing, remembering, worshipping, etc. So that the conditional soul suffering from material pangs may take advantage of them and thereby become liberated. It is very good news that your Washington temple is now expanded with devotees and you are increasing your program regularly. I'm especially eager that all our books may be distributed to all the libraries and school college of the world, and so far the program of distribution has met with good success everywhere. So you also do it through thoroughly with the help of your assistants. The university community is also a prime target for our propaganda work, and I am most to know pleased to know that classes are being regularly taught at the universities and other classes are using our books as texts. You are you are one of our intelligent devotees, so please try your best to convince the student of the necessity for chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. I am very much happy that you have added worship of Srimati Tulsi Devi to your temple activities. That is most auspicious. However, you should not try to speculate on the level of consciousness of the pure devotee of the Lord in the material condition of life. Consciousness of the living entity is covered over the varying degree by the material energy in the form of sensuous body and subtle mind. But the consciousness of the pure devotee is not limited by the influence of Maya, and so it is never to be speculated in that way. Please offer my blessing to your good wife and to all the Prabhus there. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well wisher as Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. So kindly contemplate and take your points. So meanwhile, we move to the Damodar Astakam and we shall see the takeaway points later on. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, we shall move dear devotees. When you're ready, kindly open up your ghee lamp offerings to the Lord. And meanwhile, Ayesha Mataji is going to sing Damodar Astakam. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. When you're ready, Mataji, kindly start, please.
Namami Swaram Sachitanandayupam लसकुन्दलं गोकुले व्रजमानम् यशोदावियोलुकलाटवमाना परामृष्टमाद्यन्त्य तु विद्यगोप्या रुदन्तं मुहुर्नेत्रयुग्मं निजान्ता कराम्बोजयोगमेन सातङ्कनेत्रम् मुहुःश्वासकं पात्रे ह्रीकान्तकान्तास्ततदेवं दामोदरं भक्तिभद्रम् इति द्विक्षसलीलावेरानन्दकुन्दे स्वघोषानिमाजन्तनाख्यपयन्तम् तदीयेषिताजेषु भक्तेजिता त्वं पुनः प्रेम तत्संसतार्विति वन्दे वरं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षमतिं वा न चान्यं वरेऽहं इदं देवपूर्णात् गोपालबाणम् सदा ये मनस्य वीरस्तं किमन्ये इदं ते मुकाम्बोजमत्यन्तनीले वेतां कुन्दलस्निग्धरक्तैष गोप्या मुहुश्चुम्बितं बिम्बं रक्तादरं मे मनस्य विरस्तमललक्षलावे नमो देवदामोदरानन्द विष्णु प्रसीद बभूदुःखज्वलभिमग्यम् कृपादृष्टिवृष्ट्यातिदीनवतानु गृहाग्नेशममाद्यं मे अक्षितेष्या कुबेरात्मजौ भद्रमित्रदयित्वा त्वयामोचितौ भक्तिवजकेतौ च तथा प्रेमभक्तिं स्वकामे प्रयच्छत् न मोक्षे ग्रहो मे स्थितामोदरेह नमस्ते स्तुदाम्ने स्तुरदीप्तिदाम्ने तदीयोदयाय तवेश्वशदाम्ने नमो राधिकाय तुदीयप्रियाय नमो अनन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यं नमामीश्वरं सचेतनन्दरूपं लसकुन्दलं गोकुले व्रजमानम् यशोदावियोलुकलादवमानं परामृष्टमाद्यन्तदुरितगोव्यं हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय यशोदा दामोदर जय यशोदा दामोदर जय यशोदा दामोदर हर श्रीराधे जय राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर श्रीराधे श्री 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 राधा दामोदर की जय
Jai. Very beautiful. Thank you so much, Aisha Mataji. Very nicely said. Would you like to read the translation, please?
Thank you. Okay. To the Supreme Lord, whose form is embodied by the eternal ecstasy, knowledge and bliss, to whose sharp-shaped earrings are swinging from my throat, from beauty shining in the divine realm of Gokul, who I duty of the offenses to breaking the pots of yoga that his mother was churning into and then stealing the butter that was kept hanging from a swing, is quickly running from the wooden grandmother in fear Yashodamaya, but who has been caught by behind her and run after him with the greatest speed to the Supreme Lord. Shidamodar, I offer my humble obeisances. Seeing the whipping stick in his mother's hand, he cried, uh, rubbing his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes are filled with fear, and the necklace upheld around his neck, which are marked with 3 lines like a corn shell, is shaking because of his quick breathing due to crying. To the Supreme Lord Sri Damodara, those belly is bound not with ropes, but with his mother's pure love. I offer my humble obeisances. But such childhood pastimes as this all by such childhood pastimes as this is his drowning. He is drowning inhabitants of Gokula in a pool of ecstasy, and is revealing those devotees who are absorbed in knowledge and his supreme majestic in opulence, that he is the only conquered devotee who pure love is imbued with immensity and is free from all the conception of awe and reverence. This with great love again I offer my humble obeisances to Lord Damodar hundreds and hundreds of times. O Lord, although you are able to give me all kinds of benedictions, I do not pray for you for the boon or impersonal liberation, nor the higher liberation or eternal life of Vaikuntha, nor any other boon which may obtain the executing of the 9 prestiges of bhakti. O Lord, I simply wish that the form of yours as a Balagopal in Vrindavan may ever be manifested in my heart. For what is the use to me of any other boon beside this? O Lord, your lotus feet, which is encircled by locks of soft black hair, tingled and red, and is kissed it again and again by Yashoda Maya, and your lips are reddish like a bimba fruit. May this beautiful vision of your lotus face may be manifested in my heart thousands and thousands of times. Thousands and thousands of other benedictions are no use to me. O Supreme Godhead, I offer my humble obeisances to you. O Damodar, O Ananta, O Vishnu, O Master, O, o my O my Lord, please be pleased upon me by showering your glance of mercy upon me, delivers this poor ignorant fool who it is immersed in the ocean and sorrowed, worldly sorrowed, and become the vision to my eyes. O Damodar, just as 2 sons of Kuvera, Manigriva and Alakuvera, were delivered from the curse of Nanda and made into great devotees by you, and in your form as a baby tied with a rope on a wooden grinder mortar. It's the same way. Please give me your own Prima Bhakti. I only long for this and have no desire for any kinds of liberations. O Damodar, I first opt for my humble obedience to the brilliant, effulgent rope which blinds your belly. Then I offer my humble obeisances to your belly, which is abound with the entire universe. I humble down to your most beloved Srimati Radha Rani, and I offer my humble obeisances to you, the Supreme Lord, who displays the unlimited pastimes.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Aisha Mataji. So beautifully sung and then read this one. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Dinesh Srestha Mataji, Meenakshi Mataji, Jayaved Mataji, for kindly showing lamp offerings to the Lord. Thank you so much. Okay, that is from Damodarastakam. Okay, we shall move to the Srila Prabhupada's daily letter to contemplate and the takeaway points. Meena Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Okay. Yes, Prabhupada is like main point is Prabhupada is saying that that Krishna consciousness is only the main our to is to the Krishna service, and Krishna consciousness is also is only the uh, to make us happy, to do this service. Otherwise our material life is not nobody can be happy. Only if you are in Krishna consciousness you will be happy. And then he said God is very kind, to yeah. God is very kind that by doing his bhakti, like hearing, remembering and worshipping extra, to all the living entity, and take it out, like suffering from the materials, in this world. So that is very important. And when Prabhupada is also mentioned that and that Washington temple is there is lots of devotee are coming, and so it's very pleased about that. And then also it was pleased that the book distribution are happening in the different library and different places, which is very nice, which is very good. And Prabhupada also saying that he's you are the intelligent person, so so do the work about the preaching work to the university and different places. Mm. And also very pleased that Tulsi Maharani also they are worshipping the Tulsi Maharani, and yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Professor.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, any other comments, dear devotees, you wanted to add to this letter further? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. So Prabhupada is mentioning about understanding of Damodara. So yes, that is right. His Prabhupada, it is a fact. There is no one who can claim to be happy who is not in Krishna service favorably rendered. All others are simply entangled in that tight circle of sense gratification. So, however, the Lord is very kind to us, and He has appeared for renovating the devotional service dormant in the hearts of all living entities in the matter of hearing, remembering, and worshipping, etc. So, the conditioned souls of suffering from mental pangs may take advantage of them and thereby become liberated by the devotional service. Okay, this is the main thing. So the Lord has said, whenever the creation has created, it has happened. So since that time, we have got all these Vedic injunctions to be followed. and the bhakti is the essential ingredient. That must be the ultimate thing for all the living entities to take. Okay, so that is the way of freeing oneself. That is the only entrance to the spiritual realm. Otherwise, everyone are entangled here in this material world. For that purpose, to distribute that knowledge, which is bhakti is embedded in all these books. So books are the basis. Purity is the force. Books are the basis. Preaching is the essence. These are few principles of ISKCON in preaching practice. We should not speak anything outside of the books. We speak only from the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and whatever the spiritual master has given us in the lectures. Okay, so that way we propagate this Hare Krishna movement and worshipping of Tulsi. Guide mentioned, so if you wanted to see Radharani, touch Radharani, so we have got Tulsi Maharani directly. We can touch Tulsi Maharani, water Tulsi and dress also, small dress around the pot, and then nicely maintain it. So chanting in front of Tulsi. So that is it is a direct worship of the Radharani. Okay, that is most auspicious. Okay, you should not try to speculate on the level of however, you should not try to speculate on the level of consciousness of the pure devotee of the Lord. In the material condition of life, the consciousness of the living entity is covered over in varying degrees by the material energy in the form of a sensuous body and subtle mind. But the consciousness of the pure devotee is not limited by the influence of mind, and so it is never to be speculated in that way. So that's why we need to be very careful when thinking of devotees, because there are so many things going on in the devotee's heart, which are not material nature. They're all of spiritual nature. They're very, very subtle. So if we see a gigantic mission which is standing on a very tiny part, if we just move tiny part, the gigantic mission, entire thing would fall down. Likewise, the devotee is rendering all his services, offering his obeisances to the Lord in very, very subtle way. Subtle way, of course, his activities, his speaking, his mind, and his words, everything are engaged. But his very root is the Krishna for all his services. So we need to be very careful. We should not disturb. Otherwise, we will be disturbed in our life, materially or spiritually also. Okay, so with our tiny material brains, we cannot consume we cannot perceive about the other devotee's position. Should not try to speculate on the level of consciousness of a pure devotee of the Lord. Our consciousness is influenced by Maya. Okay, so it's a few statements. That's all from Srila Prabhupada's letter. You might take your points as well. And from the announcements point of view, so today is Thursday at 8 p.m. we have got Krishna book. Okay, that is our upcoming event, and coming Saturday, we have got Chaitanya Charitamrita session. Okay, these are our upcoming events, and the devotees, if you have got any updates, you wanted to share anything, kindly share. Otherwise, we shall conclude and continue with further japa. Okay, we shall conclude and continue with further japa. Panchakalpatarubhyascha कृपासिन्धुभ्यो पंचानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय, श्री पाद की जय। हरे कृष्ण संकीर्तन करो।
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर